What is up, all my lovely and wonderful viewers and subscribers? If you are one of them, you are a cool person. I like you. Anyways, today is a special video. Today is me breaking down what happened during my locals. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. Anyways, you'll see some little background music, etc., as well as some fancy graphics. I think, if I'm hopefully not lazy this time. Anyways, today we are gonna go over the thing. So, I competed in two different ones that happened back to back, pretty much. So that was exhausting, I will say, not having a break. Honestly, it felt like more taxing than my regional experience, because I'm pretty sure we had a break in between it, so it wasn't horrible. I don't think I really got much. You could get a little bit of breaks here and there if your rounds finished long enough, but my team was a very slow-paced team, so a lot of my rounds either went 2 long games or 3 games at most. And then that leads to, what did I bring? I brought, and you'll probably see a little fun little graphic, and not my face anymore, so get ready for that. I brought a Calyrex Ice Rider team, consisting of Calyrex Ice Rider himself, holding that Clear Amulet, Terra Water, with the moves Glacial Lance, Stomping Tantrum, Trick Room, Protect. Then we have the Rillaboom that I brought with the Assault Vest, Grassy Surge, Terra Water with the moves Grassy Glide, Stomping Tantrum, Wood Hammer, Fake Out. Then in DD Female, oh, I messed up. No, never mind. I'll do it a different way. So you guys probably will still see my face. Don't worry. I'll get into more. Anyways, in DD Female with the Mental Herb, Terra Fairy, Psychic Surge, Trick Room, Follow Me, Dazzling Hand. Very cool Pokemon. Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt has the Booster Energy with the Terra Fairy, with Photosynthesis, obviously, with Thunderclap, Dragon Pulse, Thunderbolt, Protect. That was a very fun Pokemon. And then Armarouge, the second star of the team, with the Psychic Seeds to get that special defense boost. That is very good, believe it or not. With the Terra Grass and Flash Fire ability, making him really hard to hit for super effective damage. Armor Cannon was one of his moves. Expanding Force, Wide Guard, and Trick Room. A pretty standard move set and Terra type and ability, but item and stats, I can assure you, were not your standard Armarouge. And then we have Urshifu. Urshifu was holding the Focus. This was a single strike and holding the Focus Sash. Unseen Fist ability, as obviously. Terra Steel with the Wicked Blow, Iron Head, Sucker Punch, Close Combat. Yeah, alright. That was the basis of the team. So, how did this team function? Well, let's get into it. This is where you'll see the designs, hopefully. So, Ice Rider. As I mentioned, Clear Amulet. Clear Amulet prevents Intimidate. You can't drop my Calyrex Ice Rider's attack stat at all, so that's great. Also, you can't lower his defense stats, which is also great. The Terra Water is kind of, honestly, right now, is the best Terra type for Calyrex Ice Riders, just because it's just so versatile and just really overall good. Glacial Lance is your super powerful spread move that has a base 120 power and is an ice type move, so it does a lot of damage. Not a lot of things resist ice. So it's a very powerful move. Stomping Tantrum. The reason I'm running Stomping Tantrum over High Horsepower is High Horsepower can miss. And in practice, I have missed a lot of Incineroars, and that cost me the entire game. Then Trick Room, set up Trick Room, obviously, and then Protect, because Protect is one of the single strongest Pokemon moves ever. Yeah, that was the Ice Rider. I love it. I may or may not bring it to another locals happening this Saturday. I haven't decided. I might collaborate with friends of mine if you want to, or I will just figure stuff out myself, because there are definitely some holes in this team, unfortunately. I will go over those in a bit. Actually, we're about to go over one of them. Rillaboom. Rillaboom was really great. The Assault Vest boosting his special defense was fantastic. He takes a lot of hits. Terra Water is a really good Terra type for him. Grassy Surge was where it lies one of the problems. It switched my terrain. Having Psychic Terrain up, specifically because of Armarouge, is very important. So, and also it blocks priority, which is also really good. So having a second Pokemon that, having a Pokemon that can turn off your own terrain isn't exactly ideal. It wasn't horrible, but it did cause some issues. Grassy Glide is what his attack was, just a cool priority move that he could use while his Grassy Terrain was up. Stomping Tantrum, Wood Hammer, Stomping Tantrum so he can actually hit fire types and steel types, because those are the only types he can't hit. Wood Hammer, because Wood Hammer, and then Fake Out, because Fake Out. I didn't really use Fake Out that much on my Rillaboom, if I'm gonna be real, because a lot of the time I would just use Rillaboom to pick up some KOs. But like, yeah, this Pokemon was good, but also there were some issues with it. Then in my Indeedee female, that Mental Herb for specifically Taunt, you have to taunt it twice to fully taunt him. Taunt her. Terra Fairy is the best Terra type I have found for a Indeedee, because it resists that fighting, and it resists the dark type that you're weak to, and the fighting types that are neutral but no longer become neutral. Psychic Surge, again, allows Armarouge to do things and protects my team from priority moves while in Trick Room. This Indeedee female also had Trick Room to set up Trick Room, then follow me for some redirection. Dazzling Gleam so it could do some damage just in case it ended up being the last Pokemon. It's pretty good to have an Indeedee female with at least one attack, because it is very easy to just ignore a Indeedee female that can't do anything. Also, Dazzling Gleam allows me to break Focus Sashes and stuff, since there's not a Pokemon that can resist. Well, no, that can't. There's no Pokemon that's good as immune to Fairy, so it's a great way to break Sashes. And then Helping Hand for that damage boost. Moving on to Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt is a fantastic Pokemon if you're running Calyrex Ice Rider, and let me go over some of the reasons. Mine had Booster Energy, which I think I would switch for Life Orb, thinking about it now, just because it's more consistent damage. Plus, in the Sun, if I'm facing a Sun team, I get a further boost instead of only one boost. A lot of people running Raging Bolt on their Sun teams get that double boost too, so it would be good for me to have that double boost as well. Terra Fairy, so I can be immune to those Dragon-type moves. That's quite literally its main purpose. Thunderclap is basically Sucker Punch, but electric, as for some of you may know. Dragon Pulse was really good. Yeah, it was really good. It's just, just same thing like with High Horsepower, I did not want to miss a Draco Meteor, so we have Dragon Pulse. And Raging Bolt just does a lot of enough damage for Draco Meteor to not necessarily be needed in most situations. Then we have Thunderbolt, so I can just have an electric type move that isn't a priority move, and then Protect, because Protect. Alright, and moving on to the Armarouge. Armarouge had the Psychic Seeds for that special defense boost, because mine was a very special, bulky Armarouge. Flash Fire with Grassy Terra Grass made it so it couldn't be hit by things like Koraidon basically couldn't hit him at all in most scenarios if they didn't have a Dragon type move. Incineroar can't really do too much damage, and same with Chi-Yu once it's a Grass type. And then Armor Cannon is statted to take out most Calyrex Ice Riders in one hit as long as they don't have Terra. Expanding Force, because Expanding Force with that Psychic Terrain does a ridiculous amount of damage. And then Wide Guard to prevent some cheeky spread moves, like from instance Calyrex Shadow Rider, which is really the main purpose of that. Armarouge was my counter to Koraidon in general, because Koraidon is kind of an abysmal matchup for my team, but Armarouge can basically ignore it. Then also a Trick Room, because Trick Room, and this is a Trick Room team, so yeah. Then my Urshifu Dark / Single Strike, whatever you want to call it, had the Focus Sash, so it could always level 1 hit, Terra Steel, so that way Iron Head could get some stab with Unseen Fist. Wicked Blow was just a really strong Dark type move. Iron Head was to take out Fairy types that I couldn't really deal with too well. Like for instance Fluttermane and Terra Fairy Miraidons, so that Terra Steel Iron Head can do some serious damage. Sucker Punch because it's priority. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then Close Combat because it's the best fighting type move it gets. Yeah, and that is the team. Very good, very strong team. But as I mentioned, and you probably saw, there's a lot of problems with it. Like for instance, if I run into a water type, I just can't get rid of them most of the time. Sometimes, well, not really. I can deal with them. It's just hard. Well, no, it's not water types I'm thinking of. It's something dark types. I can't really handle dark types. And I'm really mad because I just looked on Showdown today and realized that it learns Close Combat Calyrex. So that could have solved a lot of my issues that I had. Will I actually use Close Combat? I mean, it did win just regionals just barely. But I think people are going to commit to it, which means people are going to be prepared for it. So yeah, that's kind of how things work. Which means people are going to damage calc for it, meaning it won't be that great. But for some people it will be. It all depends on just what your game plan is and what your team is will actually depend if Close Combat is good for your team or not. And based on the team that did win that regionals, Close Combat was good for it. But also, like, you have to think about it because you don't want to play Close Combat all the time. Anyways, moving on to the locals. So I went like... I lost like once in the first one. Yeah, I think I lost exactly one round. And then went undefeated for the rest. So yeah, I think I lost my game 2, round 2, or round 1? Yeah, no, I lost my round 1 and then proceeded to win the whole thing, I think is what happened in the first one. A lot of, what I saw was a lot of Calyrex Ice Riders, which was really unfortunate because my team just, it wasn't really prepared for all those. Well, it was actually, and I did pretty well. It's just it was. Then I saw a lot of Rhydons, which was okay because I did have a game plan and it was just a very difficult matchup. I saw a Miraidon, which was great because my team completely hard counters Miraidon teams, unfortunately. And then I encountered one Shadow Rider, yeah, which is crazy because Shadow Rider is actually really good right now, especially with the popular increase of the Ice Rider. Because Shadow Rider can kind of counter Ice Rider if you do it the right way. And then what else did I run? I ran into a Kyogre that was like the final match, and I took out that Kyogre team. Kyogre teams can't really do much against my Calyrex team, unfortunately for them. I just had so much that resists Kyogre and threatens Kyogre, so it's just hard for Kyogre to play. Let's see. Alright, I went over kind of how I performed the team, the game plan. Not the game plan. Game plans, do I really want to go over those? Because I might use a similar version of this team. Probably not, because I feel like a lot of people are going to be ready for Calyrex Ice Rider, especially since it's just one in the regionals. That's the problem with Pokemon. You kind of have to think about what's winning in a regionals, because what tends to happen is when a Pokemon wins a regionals, two things happen. One, everyone starts running a counter to it, or two, everyone starts running it. That happened with Urshifu Dark in like one of the regulations. It went from never being used to all of a sudden, like, almost everyone was using one. And then it ended up going back down a little bit in popularity because Rapid Strike is just better in a lot of scenarios. Yeah, that's the reason I had to think about that. And I think another different Calyrex Ice Rider team, which now that I'm thinking about it, I could have beat him. I so could have. That was so winnable. I think the only reason I lost is because exhaustion, and like I've been thinking back about it, and if I was like, if I did that, I could have won. If I did that, I could have won. So there were ways I could have won. I was just tired and didn't think of them in the moment because I just won the tournament prior, and there was not really much of a break. Now knowing that ahead of time, I would have been a little more prepared and probably brought like a snack or something because I was kind of hungry. But I didn't think it. I thought I was gonna have a little bit of time before the second one. But anyways, it's not the store's fault or like the hosting its fault. That was my fault. I should have been more prepared. I also didn't bring a charger for my Switch, which was also a bad idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I just thought my OLED would have enough battery power to last me an entire day, which is not true. Anyways, I do highly recommend if you are not a competitive player to give competitive a try. Go find the locals. Just have some fun. Like, I don't know if depending on what your you might ask around for like rules and stuff. But like, if you're allowed to use a rental team, just go grab a rental code offline on a team that you really like and go just play and have fun. There's really no like downfall to getting crushed because you still get to learn. And if the people in your locals are nice enough, they might help you a little more. Who knows? What I wish I had right now is like a group to like team build with, because right now it's just me alone. So I can only think of so many issues as one person for my teams. And a lot of like discords that I have been in prior, just haven't been people like just trying to basically be like, all right, no, your Armarouge is too gimmicky. You just get rid of it. And that's the problem because I was quite literally trying to build around the idea of having an Armarouge and Pyrex Ice Ring. So defeated the purpose of people trying to tell me to get rid of the Armarouge, which, by the way, was the only reason I won the first tournament, I believe, in some scenarios. There was a lot of games I would not have won without that Armarouge. Yes. Yeah, so if you have been thinking about getting into competitive, I feel like the best way is to actually go to locals. Now that I've experienced like getting into competitive, the way I got into it was kind of miserable. I just started playing ladder with like a non-EV team. That was not fun. But like if you go to locals and stuff, there's kind of people there that will be willing to help you and just like, yeah, guide you, help you team build. I wish I have that. I'm gonna have to start looking for people to help me team build. Because, well, yes, I can throw it in like a public area and be like, hey guys, what's some thoughts? It's really easier to just bounce ideas back and forth between at least one or two people or more. Like, if you're bouncing ideas back and forth and like you're all thinking about that team, and you're able to just put input and then input back, it makes more sense that way. But I don't have that kind of stuff yet. Hopefully soon. Hopefully I can find a way to just find some people to team build with for Saturday so I can figure out what I'm gonna do. Yay. Yeah, that's my thoughts. I love the store I went to was the Saratoga Springs Game Grid, I believe is what it is. Yeah. Phenomenal people that were hosting it. They were very helpful. I got to learn some things I did not know ahead of time, which was really cool. They're really nice and like they're not gonna like if you make a mistake, they're not gonna like reprimand you. I can speak. They're not rude about it. They will just try to explain to you what happened and stuff. Like for instance, if you mess up your team sheet, no big deal. If you don't bring a team sheet, they're pretty lenient on it. Well, lenient as in they're not gonna sue you or something over not having a team sheet ready already. They are super helpful. Just overall a great vibe. So I hope that you guys can find something similar. I think the place I'm going to is the Game Grid. Saturday is the Game Grid. I don't remember. I'll have to find that out. But yeah, I'll probably post it on my Twitter. Oh yeah, I have a Twitter now if you want to go follow it. It's just at Solo Kicks, my YouTube channel. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys really did enjoy this video, and if you did, rental team, maybe. The only issue is I feel like I might bring a similar version of this team. Pause. I'm gonna give you guys a rental code. Just give me a second. Alright, you should see on my screen, you can't see me because you should see the team sheet, well, not the team sheet, the rental code and team preview thing. If you want to go ahead and snag that, you're welcome. It's a really fun team. I did build it with the open team sheets in mind, so it may not do good on, or may not do fantastic on ladder, but it should be good enough that you could probably get to at least the master rank on ladder with the team after a little bit of practice. Anyways, yes, I hope you all have a lovely, wonderful day, rest of your day, and a wonderful rest of your week. If you guys wanna reach out to me, you can, I guess. My Discord is on my Twitch if you wanna go follow that. And also, if you did like this video, please subscribe, please. I know like this video is like not the most entertaining version of my videos in the past, but this is a video I did put in a little bit of effort into, and well, because I wanted locals to do this video with. But anyways, yeah, no, it was really fun. I do highly recommend it. I did try to keep this video short since it's not really the most exciting thing. I tried to give you guys as much details of the team as possible, not my game plans, because if I use a similar team, I don't want my game plans on the internet for someone to find out about and counter those game plans or something crazy like that. Probably won't happen, but I don't want to risk it, so sorry. If I don't end up using the team, I may just make another video for you guys on game plans and like just playing with the team and showing you guys how it works. Yeah, so if you don't want to miss that, consider subscribing, and if you like this video, like it, please. And also, if you have some friends or family that would enjoy this kind of content, please share that with them. We are so freaking close to, I think, as of recording this, we are 1 subscriber away from 300 subscribers. Which means we are 201 subscribers away from 500, and the goal is to reach that by May. I really do believe we can do it, but it would require some help from you guys. Anyways, maybe a video this week, definitely some streams this week, and yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful, I already said that. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.